our semesters.
Okay.
So it's the right time starting improving our skills and starting for the internships as well. So
Absolutely.
what is the best approach we can do, like how to start our projects in the data science, and
Mhm.
how to apply for the internships, and what are the ways, like how to contact and everybody.
So I
We
think, yeah,
we
go
both
ahead.
have an 2 years of experience in a software industry.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little bit confused, like how, where to start and apply for.
Yeah, I think it's pretty okay where you are, guys, since you just started in the spring this year. And I think what I would say, since especially you both have a couple of years of experience, you definitely have a much better chance of getting an internship or a job, just because you have experience working on a project in a corporate environment. I think that is going to definitely fit you. On top of it, since you're mostly interested in data science, I would definitely recommend you to take any online courses that you are interested in, especially in the data science. Try to find out on the problems that you are interested in to solve, and start working on those things. So even though you might not have an internship today or might not have the opportunity to do it, nothing can stop you, right? So if you're interested to go and work out problems, there are a ton of resources out there, right? So make use of those resources like kaggle.com, Kaggle,
Yeah,
kaggle.com, datasciencecentral.com. So all these great resources can help you get started. And I think just pick a specific programming language. For example, like, Python. Python is a great language to start off with, and especially for data science, right? So I hope you guys are already familiar with R based upon your coursework. I think you're going to definitely work on it. Start with one and take advantage of it, because if you were able to learn and apply one programming language, it is going to, like, really fetch you to learn other programming languages that are really helpful to learn in the data science area. So I think I would definitely ask you to start off there and take advantage of any courses. And especially, there are a ton of resources, because you're students as well. I don't know if you guys know that you have access to LinkedIn Learning, which is a great
yes,
resource. So if you guys are not already taking advantage of it, just do a data science path and complete it. On top of it, what you can also do is, there are going to be specific courses where those are specifically focused on a project in data science. If you look at some of those courses, there is going to be R analysis on social media. There is going to be sentiment analysis on a specific problem. What you cleverly can do is actually do those, like, 2 to 3 hour courses, and add them to your LinkedIn profile, so that over a period of time you can add multiple courses to your profile, which adds a lot of value, if that makes sense. So anything that is visible on LinkedIn to help recruiters understand, hey, these guys have done a list of courses in data science, so hopefully that will be an added advantage as well. On top of it, also focus on how you project yourself on LinkedIn. That is one of the most important tools that a lot of students don't really take advantage of. No matter if you're in a first semester or a second semester, no matter, even though if you're not looking for an internship, I would highly recommend you to actively engage yourself on LinkedIn. There is so much time right now, since we
yes,
are
yes.
just at home. The way that I ask students is to engage with the posts that other professions, like, there are hundreds and thousands of data scientists, right? List out those 10 or 15 companies that you wish to get a job once you graduate, and connect with those folks. Just first, even without asking them to connect, follow them. Just click on follow and engage on their posts. There are a ton of evangelists in data science that you see on LinkedIn. They are going to just share a lot of resources, lot of knowledge that they wanted to share, because they might be selling a course or something. But that is a great opportunity for you to learn, taking advantage of all those free resources. So in that way, you can get started and engage with their posts. Hey, somebody did some analysis. Hey, like, if I were you, I would also do this and this. That might help their perspective, right? So you are also giving your perspective, which is going to add some value to their post as well. So look at all those different areas, and also listen to podcasts, right? Podcast is a great resource for you to to understand what is happening in the data science area. So there are a ton of podcasts in data science, and there are a ton of forums in data science. So actively engage yourself, right? Don't just go to the website or just like see what people are posting, but add value whatever you can based upon your experience so far. Any questions on that so far, Pranav and Madhuri?
Yeah, I have one question. Like, what's
Yeah.
happening? The problem is like, as we taken the MIS course, and it is not much focused on the data science.
Okay.
So our course curriculum and everything is not exactly what are the requirements for the data science student. So is it
Like
correct?
for example, we do have a subject called business machine learning, and in that we are supposed to do a project on Tableau.
Mhm.
But the extent of knowledge that we are gaining from it is very limited. It's on a very superficial level. So I am like what we are assuming is maybe that just gaining a knowledge on a very superficial level will not be enough to fetch a job. We have to try to understand more of that particular software. Like let's say Tableau, we're using drag and drop features, and we are utilizing it, but I think it's just on a very outer level, so it's not in depth. So in all the coursework that we are dealing with, so that's how I think MIS, I mean, it is a good degree, but that's what we are very doubtful about. Will this knowledge be sufficient, or
Mm.
we have to work more on those particular tools or softwares or whatever they are.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair question, right? So yes, you will, especially like me going through that program, and I know like how they deal with the things, right? Maybe you might be getting a very high level concepts, like what and how they're going to use it, but that might not be sufficient at all to get a job. So what would you do, right? Taking those basic knowledge or whatever you're learning in the class and try to apply with the problems that you're seeing online. So that's exactly why you need to spend more time on LinkedIn and all the other forums. And if you have questions, you need to go back to your professor, say, like, I got stuck. I use this program in Python or whatever the language that you're being taught, especially R and Python are the major two programming languages that you're going to get exposed to. So that's one way that you can do it. And especially, I think your questions are fair, right? So they are not going to teach you everything in the span that there are 14 weeks in a semester, and on top of it everybody in the class, some of the courses, these are professionals who do not have any technology background or any programming skills. So the way that they design these courses is to help everybody understand at least the basic concepts. So if at all, if anybody is interested, they can dig deep in those particular courses. So there will be some courses where you can go a little bit deeper, even though since you might have some programming language, but that's how most of the courses are designed. So I think for you to really take advantage of it, I think that's the way to do it. You need to enroll for courses, you need to work on problems. Like take a look at, like, if you just type in, hey, like, how to get started working on problems, like on whatever the Coursera and edX, all these platforms are free resources for you to take advantage of it, right? So stick with one. Like, let's say, hey, like, I wanted to learn machine learning. I think Python is a great resource. Just go after it and use all those packages like NumPy, Pandas, and whatnot. Like even like what are the latest trends in machine learning, right? What is PyTorch? What is TensorFlow? So you need to know, like, not just know these concepts, but also at least use these concepts in a simple, basic form, so that when people in the interviews ask these questions, at least you have a reference or some kind of a way where you can actually project to them saying that, hey, I kind of use this concept in this and this and this scenario, and this is how what I learned from this experience. So you always have to look for opportunities that help you to create those stories, because if you look at any interviews, these are some of the questions that they are going to ask you. No matter what programming language that you choose, statistics is the common framework across all the different programming languages. There are a ton of resources online. You can start off with statistics. Like, you need to learn those probability and whatnot, all those standard deviations, the means, and like how to calculate this for this kind of a data set. Like, common questions can be, hey, like, I have 100,000 records of data set, and I wanted to summarize all this data in like next 15 minutes. What are the steps that you're going to take? Right? You can only explain to the interviewer when you have hands-on experience. It can be a simple basic Excel, but you still need to have those statistics in your fingertips so that you at least know. So you have to learn statistics, you have to learn Excel. So there is no running away from these tools. Start off from basics, like, learn, go to, I think it's called a Strata on YouTube. He explains these fundamental core statistics in a very simple way, right? Learn about linear regression, like learn about logistic regression, how to imply, like these are the core fundamental, like even though in the interview, these are the fundamentals that they're going to ask you, right? So learn about all those basic concepts, like, KNN filters, like how to test and validate KNN filters, like all those different ways of trying to explain and create those and work on those data sets. There are a ton of data sets that are out there. Simple, like Superstore for Tableau, you can just use it and do what not. Like, even though it is just a drag and drop in Tableau, even though if you're just using Tableau Public, there are a ton of things that you can do it in Tableau Public. Do the Tableau certification, which is just $250 for students. It might be even less, right? So get those certifications on your resume, right? So, I mean, these are some of the ways that you can leverage to take advantage of all these resources while you're a student, because at the end of the day, everybody is competing with thousands of people who are just have the same skills, and you all need to create that edge, right? So these are the skill sets I have, these are the skill sets that I am developing, and I'm actually passionate about learning these skills, right? So write it down, take a notes, like, spend 1 hour a day. So you have to dedicate a specific amount of time, like every single day, right? Spending 1 hour, one and a half hour being a student, I don't think that's a big deal, right?
Yes.
But still we find it difficult to spend that 1 or 2 hours every day, because we think that we have so many other obligations, but we sometimes try to deviate from why exactly we are here, and like, what's our focus. So you're already doing a great job, like, going to a Toastmasters club. Like, how many students already know that there is an opportunity? Maybe some of you might have already shared with a few friends, but still they have that uh, the thing to join and take action, right? You have taken that first step, and of course you are going to be successful because you are giving your best to make it happen. So that's what I tell students. It's not that you're, whether you're talented or not. I every day feel that I'm not even talented, just like you guys, in so many different ways, but I create that edge. How? I work regularly on those specific areas that I need to focus on to build my skills. That's as simple as that. If you know that you are not strong in something, you have you have time on your hand. You need to create that schedule and focus on those areas that you need to develop on. So these are some of the ways. And on top of it, since you are data science students who are trying to get a job in data science, I would highly recommend you to create your portfolio, right? Create GitHub, right? Create GitHub. As a student, it is going to be free for you. And also, while you're creating these websites, create GitHub portfolio and create your own portfolio as well.
Can
So
you
those
please
are,
repeat once the last one?
yeah. So create GitHub portfolio where you are going to work on these data sets, use Python or R, whatever, to do data science projects. Go to YouTube, go to LinkedIn Learning. It is free. Like, how to create a GitHub account, how to create a project in GitHub. So take use of those resources and create your own blog,
Blog.
right? Just get a domain, create your own blog, right? So to creating your own blog and then showing what skills do you have is a powerful tool, right? How to create those opportunities. You should create your own opportunities. Like, if you look at all the things that I'm telling you, these are resources that is available for everybody. But why would only some people take advantage of it? Either they don't know about it, they don't care about it, right? But at the end of the day, everybody needs job. Everybody are going to, like, send hundreds of job applications, and at the end of the day they say, hey, like I applied for 300 jobs, I'm still not getting a call. Why? Because you haven't taken the steps that other students are at your same place are taking, right? So how can you differentiate yourself? And on top of it, your international students, it's even much difficult for you guys. You have to take every shot,
Yes.
right, to hit the ball out of the park. So how would you create that edge? By creating every step on the way. So if you take advantage of these resources, there is no way that, like, how can, like, even just thinking about it, just how you feel about it, like, hey, like I'm going to create my portfolio on GitHub, I'm going to create my own blog, I'm going to engage myself on LinkedIn, I'm going to be in a Toastmasters club improving my communication skills. Like, what else do you need? What else do a company expect? Right? You are building those team leadership skills, you are building your communication skills and soft skills that are necessary to build your interview skills. And on top of it, you are already interested in technology and data science. You're taking steps to work on these simple projects. These need not be super complex. You already have a master's in data science or information systems that can help you put in the door. Now you need to do all this groundwork to make it even worth. Like, just like that, you are going to get that opportunity because you have taken all the steps that you necessary, not only put you in front of the door, but also get you a job right in front of it. On top of it, you are also going to make these connections. Now that you are making this connection, and now after 6 months, I'm going to ask you guys, right? Hey, like, where is your GitHub portfolio? Where is your blog? Right? Now, since I'm sharing all these resources, now I'm going to ask you to be accountable as well, right? Because I'm spending my time sharing these resources. Now I'm going to be make you accountable, making sure that you're taking advantage of it as well, right? So, and on top of it, you can share these, hey, like, this is what I learned from Venki or whoever, to, and I did these steps, and maybe one day you're going to get an internship, and that might be helpful for somebody else. You also need to share your knowledge to your peers. They might not realize it today, but they're going to watch you, right? Hey, like, this guy is doing A, B, and C. I wish I had done it then, but let me not even waste time anymore. Let me do exactly how he has done. Let me prepare myself for the interview, and let me get all these skills. So what questions do you guys have?
Yeah, another one question, like I can see a lot of this online courses like Simply Learn. They're charging around $4,000, I guess, per year, and they was giving a certification. Is that feasible, or is that okay to take that courses?
Yeah,
Uh, so in that we can expect like how to start a project, like starting from the basic to the end. So is that okay to take those courses?
I think there are several things, right? Like you just mentioned, $4,000 to $5,000. You already have free resources. Start from there first,
Okay.
right? So start from there, and you have on top of it Coursera. You can audit a complete course, that is end-to-end project as well. On top of it, especially for data science, you have DataCamp, right? That doesn't even cost those many dollars, right?
Okay.
Maybe $100 per month, right? So start from something very small, right? So don't even have to go into a complete $4,000 to $5,000. That's too costly, right? Why would you pay a $4,000 to $5,000 when you can learn from existing resources and take advantage of it? So be mindful of the time and effort that you're putting and the price that you're paying as well. So once you kind of grasp all this knowledge in the base level, then you might think, hey, like, this might add an advantage, or going and doing a course on Springboard again. So they will assign you a mentor. Like, is that necessary? Right? So once you develop all these basic ground level skills, that's when you're going to think about that next level. Any questions for you, Madhuri?
Uh, I just want to know about your experiences. Like I've seen you worked in AutoZone as a marketing analyst and then in FedEx. So throughout your experience, like just in a brief way about the different challenges in this field, particularly data science, that you've encountered, or different problems, how you've dealt with that, could be helpful to us.
Yeah. So whenever you're getting into data science, I think one thing that you might not realize is people are going to ask you questions. Like you should be able to like answer these questions. Like they're going to ask you like why this is going down, why this is going up, like what's the analysis, this and that. So getting into a shoes of a data science guy, you need to be prepared yourself to answer these questions, right? So that's what you're signing up for. Like you're somebody who is like really good in data science, really good in statistics, really good in analyzing the data, not just pulling it. So at the end of the day, you are trying to give and help the business, which is the core, right? One of the key advantages being in the data science area, you're going to understand the overall business of your organizations, which is super important for you to grow in your career. It is unlike like any other career. You can be a software developer, you can be a software tester, you can work on the cloud, but anything related to the data, if you are working on it, it is super powerful, because you are going to connect with executives, like who are directors, VPs, and even sometimes CEOs. Like those kind of direct questions are going to come directly to you. So they're going to be constant pressure, but on top of it, you need to be on your feet to kind of handle that level of pressure and also the data, because they are going to expect you answering those questions really fast, right? So that's the power of being in the field of data. On top of it, you can create your own network. So I think some of the challenges, like I came out of college just like you guys a few years ago, and then when I got this opportunity at AutoZone, like I was directly being asked questions from directors, VPs, and like that was my first experience. Like being a software engineer, just like you guys working for 2 years back in India, that did not give me that exposure. Like all of a sudden, just being in a college, like 2 semesters in, and I was all together like got exposed to this great folks who are driving the business, and you as an analyst has direct contact where they are going to approach you to answer their questions quickly. So that's a powerful weapon that you can take advantage of it by actually helping them drive the business strategy. So that's one of the things that you're going to look into when you start and experiencing this particular role, or like whatever you're doing, especially on the data science area.
Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions?
I think we're good.
Thanks, guys. I think this is amazing. Keep working hard and keep up the great work, and keep working on the projects and try to solve the problems. And I wish you all the very best.
Thank
I
you.
would also like to thank you for taking time and sharing all this with us, because not everyone would like to dedicate their time, especially on weekends.
Yeah, I
So
think this is the fun part, right? Like I love this, especially students who are eager to learn. That's what excites me, and this is I have been doing it for years now, and I definitely am seeing like a lot of great potential in a lot of folks who just needed a little bit of guidance. All they need is a little bit of showing the path, and I think being seniors, I think that's one of the responsibilities that we have to take and show the path for others who are in the same path, because you never know. At the end of the day, we just need to support, and on top of it, if with everything that's going on, it's even more important. So I'm actually going to share this video, just share it with your network of friends so that they can also learn and take advantage of it.
yeah, thank you.